It's time to do some last minute preps for archery season. Archery season is 8 days away. Alright, thanks for joining us today on Archery Universe. We are going to do some last minute preps for archery season. Today is Thursday, October 7th. Archery season opens October 15th, so next Friday. So I got 1 week and 1 day. We just planted food plots last Saturday, so we're Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We got like 5 days in. If you look behind me here, that is the bear patch, which we've been on a few times before. Had a camera there. I got a feeder right in the middle of it. We worked on. That's where we first done the multi feeder with the AA batteries. Food plot looks great. To be 5 days in, several inches of growth, nice and green. So we did have a lot of rain. We actually had about 8 inches of rain since we planted them. So I was a little worried about things being flooded, but looks like they've done real good. So we're going to check things out a little bit. Gonna go hang a lock on stand, and then we're going to take a ride over to Conecuh National Forest. Conecuh National Forest is only about 6 miles to the edge of it from my hunting lease here. So we're going to check a couple things out here, hang a lock on the stand, then we're going to go over there and do a little scouting, because we may do a little hunting there this year too. So this feeder out here, we've got set up to feed for 6 seconds in the morning and 6 seconds in the evening. That's actually a pretty good size track right there. Stick my foot in the picture with it. That's a size 12 shoe there. So anyway, so we've got this feeder goes off at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning for 6 seconds, and again at 3:30 in the afternoon for 6 seconds. So just wanted to come out here and see how things are, if they're feeding around it. And of course there are plenty of tracks around it. There's another nice set of tracks there, and not a single kernel of corn on the ground. That's what I'm looking for right there. So I don't have a camera here right now. Look at the tracks. Tacticam done an update on their cameras, and my cameras are the last year's models, and I did not have good luck doing the update on them. So waiting on Tacticam to help me with that, and we'll get a camera back out here. I do have some that are just standard cameras, and I probably should have put one of them out here, but I didn't. So it is what it is. I don't need a camera to tell there are plenty of deer tracks out here. I think we're going to put a stand in that tree right there. So it's just a few yards off the plot. So that definitely looks good here on the bear patch. So we're not going to hang a stand here today, but I will be over the next few days before archery season starts. So we're going to go to the center patch now, which is a patch we've never been to with a camera. So we're going to check it out. Same thing, we got a feeder there that's set to go off twice a day for 6 seconds at a time. And had a lot of buck pictures there last year before season. So we're going to go put a lock on stand there, so we make it easy to get in there and hunt. And then we'll be headed over to Conecuh National Forest. All right, so we're walking into the center patch. See how it looks. This patch has a really good persimmon just before you get to the patch. And we've had this lease for 4 years. And every year this persimmon tree has been loaded. So we're going to check it out and see how things look here. There's a really good trail there. Not sure how it shows up on camera, but this is that persimmon tree. And as usual, it is loaded. And they're just starting to get ripe. So that's actually a little later than normal. So that's a good thing for us though. Usually they're only good the first week or so of bow season, and they're gone. So those being a little bit green, maybe they'll hold out and we'll get a week or two of hunting on those. And we had, I don't know how many pictures of bucks last year, but we had a young 8-point and a pretty nice 7 that were coming here just about every day last year. So I'm hoping that once we get some cameras set back up, we'll see that same thing. Grass is coming up, but not as good as it is on the bare patch. So kind of curious to see how the feeder looks around it. It's definitely torn up on the ground, but there is some corn left from this morning, so plenty of deer sign around it though. We're gonna hang a stand right over there. Gonna put it up in that, behind that oak there. Give us a little bit of cover. Get about a 20-yard shot to the feeder. Most of the deer last year came in from this side and then feed up and down the plot. And I did see a few come from this side. There's a big red oak, if you can see that out there. And they'll go check it, but I hadn't seen a lot of deer hanging around it a whole lot. So we're gonna stick to this side and try to hunt where I've seen the most traffic at. So in case you're wondering, I am using my trophy line tree saddle just to hang this stand, just for the lineman's tether. Gives me both my hands free. I just stuck my straps in my carrier on my belt, so I stay hands free on the climb. Don't have to hold on to my straps or something. I went ahead and tied off my safety line to one side of my belt, because we'll have a safety line attached so that you can climb, be attached to the tree from the time you leave the ground to the time you get back on the ground. What I don't want to do is pinch my lineman rope. Alright, so it is on the tree. Okay, I'm out here at Conecuh National Forest, and so what I done is I went on to my OnX map, found what looked like a bottom, checked the topo map, and sure enough it was a bottom, and zoomed in with the map and with Google Earth, and found what like oak trees. You know, if you watch the trees, look at the thick bottoms, watch the top of the trees, oak trees are going to have a much lighter color most of the time in those pictures. And so I done that, came down here in this bottom, and I am just blown away by the number of acorns. You know, my last video I talked about there were very few acorns at my lease. The opposite is true out here. So far, every tree I've looked at, the first tree I looked at had millions on it. It was a water oak. I'm standing under a red oak right now. I'm going to swap the camera around and show you. I mean, they're 7 or 8 feet off the ground right here. Just limbs are covered with acorns. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to come out here and hang in a stand or hang in my saddle a time or two, just see if I see any deer. There's certainly enough acorns to feed them out here. I did see one doe and a fawn coming into here, so I'm sure there are deer around, just a matter of me finding them. So right there you can see those red oaks, maybe, but you can see there are just oaks all over on this flat right here. Most of them are pin oaks or water oaks, but they've all got acorns in them, so it'd just be a matter of if the deer are out here just honing in on them. I did find one trail down into the bottom, and so that would be where I would start my sit at, is just getting close to that trail. Maybe figure out which one of these trees is dropping their favorite acorns. So hopefully in a few weeks we'll be out here and maybe get on a deer and let you guys see what we can find. We're gonna check out that oak tree right there. They're everywhere. I know there's a lot of big pines here and it's pretty much wide open, but it looks open from the top, but when you get out here walking in it, you know, this stuff is anywhere from waist high to head high to me, so it'd be pretty easy for a deer to get out here and hide. Bunch of beauty berries too, and that's something I always check out this time of year. I've had really good luck killing deer on beauty berries during bow season. This tree is already dropping. I don't see any busted hulls under it. It's not a good sign. Well, who knows? I don't even remember how many hundreds of thousands of acres this national forest is, but it's big. There's a pretty nice oak hammock back here behind me. It does have a few acorns on the ground. Several really good trails walking through it, so that's probably a place I'd come back and check. This is gonna be my first time hunting public land. Yeah, probably more years than I want to admit. Probably around 30 years since I've hunted public land. Not quite, maybe 25. Grew up hunting public land in Florida. Killed my first, I don't know how many deer on public land, but it's what we done. It's all we had. In my mid-20s, I started leasing property and hunting a hunting lease then. Just got tired of dealing with people. You know, I'd find a spot I like to hunt and I'd pull in there open morning and somebody'd already be there, or I'd go hunt in the afternoon and 4 o'clock in the afternoon somebody comes stomping through the woods. And so I got tired of dealing with that and decided to hunt lease land. And that's what I've done since I was in my mid-20s, and I'm 51 now. So, but I got a lot of does I see on my hunting lease, and I really don't want to shoot a lot there. So we're gonna come out here on public land and see if we can't shoot a few does through archery season, and just try it out. It's gonna be fun to be back to a way of hunting that I hadn't done in a lot of years. So the sign looks pretty good here. Got quite a few trails and plenty of acorns. They got food everywhere, so the challenge will be just figuring out which ones they're feeding on. So hang in there with us. Come back and check us out. Hey, click that subscribe button so you don't miss us. Maybe ring the notification bell, and maybe even click the like button. God bless. Shoot straight. We'll see you next time.